All right, good afternoon and welcome. We have Melody Fowler, who is currently running for Arlington School Board Place 2. Welcome, Melody.
Thank you.
We have Javier Nahada here. He's going to be directing our questions today.
Hello, Melody. How are you today?
I am great. Thank you so much for this opportunity to visit with you.
Are you ready for your first question?
I am ready.
This is going to be for 3 minutes. Tell us a bit about yourself, your background, experience, and/or connection, interests in Arlington schools, and your reasons for seeking, in your case, re-election to the board.
Thank you. Well, I'm a wife and a mom and a teacher. My son Brennan is a junior at UTA. He is a proud product of AISD K through 12. We felt like he got an excellent education. I've been a teacher for over 30 years, for about 10 years public school, and then the remainder years at various upper level TCC, UTA, and Texas Wesleyan. Been an English teacher for 30 years. I miss being in the classroom with my students, but we do the best we can with the Zoom meetings and the virtual learning. I love education. I think education makes a difference whether people can get to a certain place in life or not. So I value education. I decided to run for the board 3 years ago. I had been a parent in the district. I had been PTA, involved in PTA at the elementary level. And then when my son was at young junior high, I was president of the PTA for those 2 years. When he moved to Martin, I was on the board for 2 years and then also served as president of Martin High School PTA and just loved it. And I have always been involved in education and valued it. And I thought once my son was getting ready district, I thought, I'm not ready to give that up. I love AISD and I wanted to be involved. And I thought, well, what else can I do? I've been a parent, I've been a volunteer, I've been PTA president. And I thought, I'd really like to see the other part of education. I've been the mom and the teacher and the PTA president, but I don't know the behind the scenes issues. I wanted to see how the board made the policies and why the board made the decisions that they did. And I was encouraged with my background in teaching and my background in volunteering at the AISD that I should run. And so I did, and I loved it. I've met so many great people, and I've been so pleased with the decisions that the board and I have made over the past 3 years. Looking back over the last year, that's probably been the hardest. We're giving out over 3,500 pieces of technology for students that needed it. We gave out over 3,000 hotspots for students that needed the internet service that their families weren't able to provide that. And then starting last March, we have given over 4 million meals to students, including breakfast and lunch, to students that needed it. And just today, we gave out free vaccinations to all of our staff. We gave out over 3,500 vaccines, and I'm so proud that we could do that for our AISD family. I think we're moving in the right direction, and I just love being a part of AISD Board of Trustees and seeing the good things that we can do.
Thank you. Question number 2 for 2 minutes. According to the Texas Education Agency, Arlington ISD is comprised of more than 70% economically disadvantaged students. What experience do you have in working with Title I campuses and/or economically disadvantaged students and their families?
Well, being in the district now for 15 years and then 3 years on the board, I've learned a lot about that. I've learned that we need to work together to come up with solutions that help families. I love that we've opened up so many opportunities to all of our students, and we don't let transportation become an issue or a barrier for students that want to go and take programs on the different campuses. We do provide transportation for those students. I think we're doing a good job leveling the playing field and making sure everyone has access to the programs. Of course, we offer the free and reduced breakfast and lunches for our students that need that. My sister is a teacher at Workman Junior. So I do know a little bit about the Title I and the difficulties, as well as the good things that come with being a Title I school. I think the district's in a good place. I think we work very hard to take care of everyone in this district. I think there's always room for improvement, but I think we're doing a great job. I think our campuses work very well with all of our students, and I think the district is aware of what we need to do to make sure that all of our students have what they need.
Very good. And I apologize, I left that at 3 minutes, but I put it at 2 minutes again. Question number 3, also for 2 minutes. What is your perspective on the district's COVID-19 return to school plan?
Well, I think we did absolutely what we needed to do starting last spring and into the fall and then into this spring. We have to make sure that our teachers are safe. We have to make sure that our students are safe. And by keeping students and teachers safe, we can better ensure that the families of all of those will be in good shape. I think we did a great job of moving from face-to-face into the virtual. I applaud our teachers and our students for making that move. And I think we're doing what we need to do as far as the students that are face-to-face with the social distancing and the masking. And I believe that will continue even though more and more people are getting vaccinated, which is certainly important. I don't think we can do enough to keep our students and teachers safe. We have to do that. So the mask mandate, the social distancing, keeping some students at home and others coming to the campus, I think it's the right move. I think it was the right move that we decided last spring. And I think we need to continue that certainly for the rest of this spring semester. And then as the numbers come down and we watch the science and we listen to our medical experts, I think that will help better guide us for the fall to see where we need to be and what we need to do for the fall. But always in the back of our mind, in every decision that we make, is the safety and welfare of our students and our staff members. We have to do that.
Okay. Thank you. Number 4, also 2 minutes. What suggestions do you have for recruiting and retaining teachers and other professionals in the district, especially those who are highly effective or in fields such as math and science?
I think we're doing an excellent job of recruiting new teachers and an excellent job of retaining our valuable teachers that we have. I think the move that we made last summer when we decided to give a 4% raise that was just absolutely unheard of anywhere, I think that 4% raise really boosted our current teachers' egos and knowing that we value them and that we're glad that they're here. I think it brought a lot of attention to AISD from other districts and students that maybe were graduating with their education degree, that we do value and appreciate our teachers. So I think giving them that raise was very important. I think always keeping the lines of communication open helps us know what's in the minds of our teachers and what they need and what we need to do to make sure that they have what they need. I think we're always looking for new talent. We know that the teachers coming out of college sometimes have some new and enlightening ideas that will help us with our students. But I think that we just need to, our teachers always know that we value them and that we do everything we can to try and make their lives as good as we can.
Thank you. Question number 5, also for 2 minutes. To be effective, a board member must gain support from other members for his or her issues from the board. Explain how you plan to get other board members to support your goals.
Well, I've been fortunate to already experience some of that. And I think having a really good working environment, always open dialogue with my other board members has been very beneficial. What I really love about this board is we genuinely respect each other. We listen to each other. We may not always totally agree, but we keep things very civil. We do respect each other and we work very well together. And people don't always see it when we're on the camera or we're out in front of the group, but behind the scenes, we work just as well together as we do out in front of people. And I think just letting each other know that we respect our opinions. Sometimes they're differing opinions, but we respect each other and we work well together. And I think once people know that you respect them and that you listen to them, you don't have to always agree, but you listen and respect their opinions. I think that's very important, and it helps us get along and it helps us gain support. So I think just talking, keeping an opening mind and showing respect for each other helps us get to where we need to be.
Thank you. Number 6, also for 2 minutes. How does PTA, both council and locals, fit into your plan for your term on the school board?
PTA is so important to everything that goes on in the district. I knew that from back when I was a student, and my mother was so involved with PTA. So I learned that at a very early age. And then with my son starting out at the elementary level, I was introduced to the PTA and learning about it and all the benefits that PTA has for the school. So I think it's very important that schools have strong working PTAs. We depend on those people to be our volunteers and our leaders out in the community. And the schools that don't have PTAs, I'm so sorry for them, because PTA builds helps the teachers, helps the parents, helps the students. And I think it's very important to have PTA. I will always love and cherish my time that I was room mother and grade rep and PTA president. I value those times. I learned so much about the community. I learned so much about volunteering, and all of that really came from my time on PTA. PTA is one of the most important aspects a district can have, and I'm so proud that AISD has such a strong, supportive PTA. We could not, on the board and in the district, we could not do what we do without the ladies and men in PTA. So we value them and respect them and thank them for all of their hard work. So many volunteer hours that many people don't realize, but the hours that go into things, that's from our PTA. And they do it without ever needing to be thanked or out in front of the cameras or anything. They just go about their work doing what they need to do to make the lives of students and teachers better. And I'm so appreciative of PTA.
Thank you. Question 7, also 2 minutes. What are your financial priorities for the school district? Some examples given were reduction in class size, improved technology, maintaining current programs, increasing school employee compensation.
Sorry, would you repeat the question again?
The question is, what are your financial priorities for the school district? And then just some examples that were given: reducing the class size, improving technology, maintaining or improving current programs, employee compensation, that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you. Well, we do the best with the money that we have. And sometimes it's very difficult when the state seems to take without giving us much back. So we try to do the best we can with our budgeting. We have to always improve and increase technology. We have to stay up with the times. That's very expensive, but it's something that we have to do. If we have to stay virtual, we'll have to still continue to give students the technology that they need and providing the internet service. That's very important. I want us to always be able to have money that we can increase teachers their pay by giving them more money if we have that in the budget. I think we have to be very careful about how we spend the money. We're supposed to be good stewards of the district's money, and so we always try to do that. But there's certain things that we just have to keep up with. We have to be able to have money to hire more teachers and pay our teachers. We have to be able to provide more technology. We have to be able to add new programs. We have added the Leadership Academy, Wimbish World Languages. We're constantly looking to see what other courses we may need to offer at the CTC. And all of those things, of course, cost money. but they're important to the district. They're important for our students. And so those are things that we have to keep up with. We have to be able to back, and the backing sometimes takes money, but I think it's important that we continue to do that. We want to have the best district that we have, and we have to provide things for our students.
Thank you. Question number 8 for 2 minutes. What do you believe your relationship should be to local city and county officials, and how should the board achieve this?
I think it is very important that we have good relationships with the city. We're all in this together. We are one big community. We just happen to have different parts that we have within that, but it's very important. The district works very well with the community, with city council, with the mayor, and I think that is very necessary. That's, like I said, we're all in this together. We have to work nicely with them. We have to always be thinking about our realtors, because if we have good schools, people move here, the realtors are happy, the community's happy. But it's very important that we all work together, because we are all citizens of Arlington. We may live in different areas, we may go to different schools, but we were all here together. And I think it's just important that we respect each other, that we keep the lines of communication open and understand what each of us is doing, and always looking to see how can we help each other to improve Arlington, to make the lives of our citizens better.
Thank you. Question number 9 for 2 minutes. How much parental input should be allowed in decisions pertaining to students' curriculum, school environment, transportation, safety, accountability?
I think it's very important that we listen to our parents. They're the lifeline that we have in this community. We need to talk with them to find out what the needs of their students are, and then work to see if we can't provide and help with those needs. But I think it's very important the parents give us the information that we need about their students, and we work together. And I think we do that really well. I get emails all the time from parents and even teachers, and they're usually pretty positive, and they're just needing information, and we're all able to go to the right sources and get that information for people. But I think it's important that we work with our parents, whether it be through PTA or emails or reaching out in the communities. I love that the parents come to the PTA meetings with good questions, and if we're there, we're able to answer those questions. If not, sometimes the PTA presidents funnel that information to us. But like I said, we're all in this together. We're all in the community of Arlington, whether we live in different aspects of Arlington, whether we go to different schools, it doesn't really matter. We're all in Arlington. We're all AISD proud, and we need to all work together and keep those lines of communication open.
Thank you. And in closing, question number 10, this one will be for 3 minutes. What has or will make you a better candidate for the school board than anyone or your competitors?
Well, I think my 30 years as a public school teacher, I think my time as a PTA volunteer and a parent in the community gives me a better insight. I work really well with the city of Arlington. I have a lot of contacts in the community. I serve on the Downtown Arlington Rotary. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board of Arlington Life Shelter, and I'm on the board of Impact. So I reach out to a lot of different areas in Arlington. I know a lot of people, I respect them, but I have a lot of contacts, and I think that's good because it gives me a lot of different aspects and a lot of different things to think about in Arlington. I have friends within the school district. I have friends in the business community. I have friends in the small business community. And like I said, when I serve on these different boards of the Life Shelter and on Impact, those are different people that I can reach out to. But I also like that I am able to get information from all the different areas in Arlington. I think it makes me a better person. I think it makes me a better Board of Trustee member, that I have a lot of different aspects of my life that I'm able to pull from to hopefully do the kind of job that Arlington deserves me to do. But I've had such a great experience for the last 3 years. I have learned so much. My first year, I spent a lot of time listening and learning and asking questions. And then by the end of that first year, I was ready to go, and I felt pretty confident. I went to a lot of trainings. I learned a lot of things. And so I think over the past 3 years, I have really increased my knowledge. I feel that I better know the district. I feel that I better know the needs of the students and the teachers and the parents. And I feel like just all of that combined, being a 30-year teacher, being a mom with a student from the district, being a board member for the past 3 years, I have learned so much. And I feel like that I have contributed a lot, and I would like the opportunity to continue. I feel like I have a good solid base, and I'm ready to move. And I hope that the citizens will feel that way about me and will allow me to serve more time on the board. It's been a great experience, and I want to continue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melody. This concludes our time today.